This tutorial is an introduction to animation using Photoshop. I'm just going to do a very basic animation to introduce, and new file open. Just going to use Coffee Cup. Now, it's important when you do an animation on Photoshop that you check the size of your image first. So to do that, if you right click on the blue bar across the top there and go to image size. Now you can see my document size here is 10 centimeters wide by 10 centimeters tall. Anything up to maybe 30 centimeters by 30 centimeters is okay, but make sure, for example, it's not 15 meters long. Otherwise, when you go to render the video, it'll take a long time and you'll have problems playing it back. So, okay. As with all Photoshop editing, if we do a duplicate layer of the background first, so right click on the layers, duplicate layer, and OK. And then I'm going to zoom in, Control plus on my keyboard. And what I'm going to do with this image, I'm just going to make the heart rotate round. So I'm going to select the heart using the elliptical marquee tool. Okay, once I've selected, I'm going to press Control C on my keyboard to copy and then Control V on my keyboard to paste. I now have a layer with just that heart on. What I'm going to do before I animate this, I'm just going to blur the edges of this slightly, just so it looks more realistic when it's spinning in the cup. That's done. So using a bit large blur brush, quite easily done. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy layer 1, I'm going to copy it 4 times. So if I press Control C to copy and Control V to paste, you can see down here I now have the same thing 4 times. And now what I'm going to do, on the first layer here, I'm going to use my Move tool, and I'm just going to turn this heart around slightly. Press Enter, and then on layer 2, using my Move tool, I'm going to turn the heart around even more. Enter. Then on layer 3, using my Move tool, turn the heart around even more. Enter. And the same again on layer 4, turn the heart around. Okay, so I'm ready for my animation now. So if I go to Window and then Animation, I get an animation bar up like this. It may display with the timeline. If it does, if you just click the Convert to Frame Animation, bottom right there. First thing I'm going to set up is the timing. So on this first frame, I'm going to change that to 0.2 seconds. And also I'm going to tell it to loop forever. My first frame is okay. On my first frame, I just have one layer, which is my background copy. And I'm going to insert a new frame using the duplicate selected frames option here. And then on this frame, I'm going to turn on layer 1. And I'm going to insert a new frame. Again, duplicate selected frames. And then I'm going to turn off layer 1 and turn on layer 2. Insert a new frame again. Turn layer 2 off, layer 3 on. Insert a new frame. Turn layer 3 off, layer 4 on. It should be ready to animate now. So I'm going to press play. And yes, my heart is spinning. Okay, stop. So, next thing you need to do, once your animation is finished, you go to File, and then go to Export, and then go to Render Video. Now you can select here different types of video, and AVI is perhaps a good one to use because it's compatible with a lot of different software packages. And then you can also select you can shrink the document size here, you can change the frame rate, and you can select the quality. If I click render, then that will render the video, and I can use that in Windows Movie Maker or on a video software that's ready to play. Okay, now you try.